Well, good morning, everyone. First of all, I'm really curious, who is from a directories player? So around 1/3. So you probably will understand our challenges. And yesterday, Nick also talked about some challenges in the industry. I would like to show you our way to address some challenges and our lessons learned so far and how we want to address them. Yesterday, we really saw quickly that the directories industry is going through a permanent transition. It's a permanent task for the whole industry. So we transformed from print to digital, but only in the directory space. And the next question is, now that we've done that more or less successfully, what's the next phase and how do we transition from digital directories to services? Because this shows or indicates our assumption or our plans for the future revenue mix of the company, which will be more and more services. Services in this context also means, or especially means, software as a service, but also transform the company from a very strong player with high market shares in the domestic market into a true service company with true customer interactions and to be a beloved brand and service company for our customers. So about the directory players, most of them actually, they have a very similar portfolio in the meantime. So the first step was doing the transition from print to digital. Then a lot of us, we extended our portfolio with the website business. However, 10 years later, after the market was more or less already inhibited. And then we permanently added new services such as advertising, lately Google advertising, Facebook advertising, marketing platforms, then of course presence management. And we simply add new services. However, how much do we really think about how we deal with our clients and customers? Not so much what do we do, but how to do work or how do we want to interact with them. And so about the directories player, who is really concerned about churn? Please raise your hands. So our churn in Switzerland, at least, is really significantly. So we have a churn rate in our directories business of around 10%. So think about it, we have 100,000 customers, 10% churn on the core business. I mean, do the math yourself. It's really difficult or a task. Now ask yourself, how often do you engage with your customers? How often do you interact with them? Probably all of you have a field sales, your sales representatives. How often do they serve the customer? In Switzerland, to tell you, it's once a year. The customer interaction is once a year. It's fire and forget. Go out there, sell the services, and then you are gone. So how important are you? Yesterday we talked about next presentation with regards to SaaS services, where he said, well, the SME, he really wants to focus on his core business. So when we say, well, we help him in marketing and advertising because this is our space, however, how often are we there here for them? Once a year to sell? Is this being a true service company? Is this how the market should develop and evolve? I personally have my doubts. And here is the question. If you have a sales force, can you really compete on cost? No, you can't. Can you compete on customer experience, differentiate from customer experience? We tried to. However, we really, let's face it, have our difficulties in this, stemming from our legacy business. So what do we do at Local Search? We go into two directions And one direction is, well, what we've done in the marketing space so far, helping customers, gaining and retaining customers. Here, our traditional directories business is simply pull marketing. So whenever a customer of our merchants searches, they will be found, okay. And now with Facebook and other advertising, we also want to move into the push marketing space to address latent needs. However, what is most important, at least for me, to transform the company is to think about what role does CRM have for our customers, and how to not only help customers to gain and retain customers, but also to make their customer interaction more smoothly and more efficiently. That means we entered the booking space, we entered the CRM space, providing newsletter and helping SMEs actually run their business. But that's only one aspect. So who of you, directories players again, has entered the CRM business for their clients? Oh, that's not a lot. Three out of 30% here, which is more or less nothing. So think about that, because this has huge opportunities, as you have seen yesterday, with regards to next presentation, where CRM was at the core of all the SaaS services. So I spoke before about, well, we can't compete on cost due to our sales structures. We did little to compete on customer experience. So the big question is, if we believe that the industry as a whole has to be transformed and our customers are important, and that our customers need help and advice in the software as a service space, the question arises, can we move into platform value? What does platform value mean? Well, really to engage with our customers and really learn from them. Because as I told you earlier, we only visit the customer once a year, which is nothing. So we don't have any insights about his or its business. We don't know how it develops. We don't know how to help them. We don't know anything. And if you are a directories player, think about the analogy between the user side and the SME side. Because on the user side, with regards to our directories, we always wanted to have user engagement. We wanted to have our users come frequently back to our platforms, and ideally to learn a lot about them in order to sell more advertising, actually to make them more successful, but in the end also to be financially successful ourselves. So we wanted to learn about the user side, but who actually did it? Who has a user login on their user platforms? Who has user profiling? Who has geo-targeting? I doubt that anyone has, and I spoke about that 2 years ago on the Cinder conference in Dublin, if someone will remember, and I had great ambitions for local search. However, the same is true for the customer side and the merchant side. And here, the race is beginning now. And I think if we don't address this platform value now and make really deep thoughts as an industry on how to do it, that we may lose out another game and another opportunity for our future to really significantly transform. So the question arises, is platform value the end game and the future value drive for our customers? What we have done, and so far quite successfully, is we introduced a booking and CRM suite and platform for our SMEs in order to simplify their business. Then it's a services platform which goes beyond booking and CRM. So it offers totally new opportunities in new areas and fields. And it provides us also the opportunity to learn about our customers and really to provide a multi-channel platform. Multi-channel platform means that beyond having a sales, we also need to build up capabilities in the area of do it with me, so helping the customer onboarding on new services, and do it yourself. Because I see my colleagues from the presence management area, etc. And here also, in the end, the customer will have to engage somehow. Also with a website space, customers will have to engage in order to provide their content or to make adaptations in the content management systems. And this is what customers want to do. So don't leave them alone. So go the transition into a multi-channel. So the platform value is really, from my perspective, quite big and a large opportunity for us. So from our current portfolio, which is the directories, listings, digital content, and some services, we move into the CRM space in order to address new SaaS services, and we provide the customers a freemium solution in order to penetrate the market now and go there strongly and decisively, and also to have them a premium function, which is to have all features available, and this way migrate our customers into this new era. So what is important to understand is that this way we really achieve high customer engagement with such a cockpit, which comprises well, the functionalities also for different industries such as business services, beauty and hairdressers, etc. So the usual suspects when it comes to directory customers. And what we have at local search is we have active users monthly of around 90% and daily of 80%, which means we really have a high customer engagement. They use our tools frequently. They get later on all the performance data. They have an overview over their advertising and marketing tools and everything they can do. And thereby we learn and can provide them new services and help them really to manage their business more smoothly. So perhaps Alex from Shore is also here because we did this together with Shore, which is Europe's largest CRM and booking provider for SMEs. And we partnered with them 1 year ago, and this partnership really develops great. So also there's strong support from our CEO after the merger of local.ch and search.ch. We managed change the management team, or our management board changed it, and really to position the company, making it ready for the digital transformation and the new era. And maybe Alex, you have to add something about experiences in other countries and about Shore.
Let's see, I think the microphone is maybe. Thanks. Yeah, works. So great being here, first of all. Hello to everybody. I'm the CSO of Shore, and we work with partners such as Swisscom Directories, exactly to fulfill this kind of needs. We have 150 employees now, mainly in our 3 offices in Los Angeles, Munich, where our headquarters is, and in Madrid. Exactly, already looking at Victor from Paginas Amarillas here. And we have actually done this transition because we also believed that at some point we need to move faster in the market. So in the beginning we also thought about partnering up with directories, and kind of were a little bit hesitant because we had our own direct sales force. And then kind of decided on combining what we have in the market. We have a good solution, really good solution, which is, you have seen the daily active user rates going up, obviously differs from industry to industry. And with Local Search found a really perfect partner for us to do our white label product with them and bring it into the market on a good term. And then we are actually focusing on further product development and feature development. For example, what you're seeing here on the left, we are actually the first European company in the CRM and online booking space from Europe to have an online booking on Google, Google My Business, and Google Search. So for example, if you're searching for a merchant on Google, he's bookable right away through Google and Google My Business, because Google is going into that space. And I mean, that's no surprise to all of you, obviously, especially from the directory space. And I think it's more about how can we provide also you guys with more tools and more features to have a daily interaction with your clients, with your merchants, to have a better benefit and a stronger connection. And I think the user rates actually speak for them, and our partnership so far as well.
Yeah, the partnership is really great. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. And I'd really love to use the time being here to engage with you on the path of transitions, and also about your learnings to separate the existing business of the directories players and moving into a new era, how to make it really successfully, how to separate new from old, and how to transition the customer base in this space I strongly believe in. So I'm also happy to hear your thoughts and your beliefs, because I'm sure that your management boards also make a lot of beliefs on the future, and we are here. Thanks a lot.